Hey, Gig.
All right. Hey, Philip. Hey, congratulations for Boiling Point.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You have no idea on how much anxiety I got just watching the film there. And I never even worked in the restaurant industry.
But you've eaten in a restaurant, right?
I have. I mean, that's the thing about open kitchens. Sometimes you could hear what's actually going on in the back,
Right.
and I know
Yeah.
you did that on purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So let's start off with that easy question. Where did that original idea came from? What sparked you to make this movie a Boiling Point?
So I was an actor for 25 years, and during that time I needed to, I was resting a lot, so I needed to make some money. So I started working in kitchens, you know, and I worked my way from the bottom and became a head chef after 10 years. I was a head chef for 2 years. And during that time, the whole experience was just, I had a great time, but at the same time, there was a lot of lows as well. And I experienced a lot, like in those 12 years. And I always thought if I become a director, which I was aiming to do, I wanted to be to direct and write. And I always thought, there's something quite ripe about that world. Like it's never really been, in my opinion, it's never been told truthfully, from what I experienced personally. So I was really sort of, I wanted to do something in that world. So we did a short in 2018. We shot a short the same way in one continuous take with the same actor, Stephen Graham, and it was like a proof of concept. Excuse me. And that was sort of it did well, and it was received really well, and that was sort of the green light for us then to, okay, let's try and do this in as a feature length.
Wow. Now, in it for the stuff that happened in the film, was this all the stuff you actually experienced? Obviously, this all can't happen all in one night, or is this actually a typical night at a restaurant?
No, no, no. I mean, look, you never know. You just don't know what's going to happen in that one night. So it's definitely possible. But yeah, the things that are in the movie, I personally witnessed or experienced all of them, every single moment. But yeah, it was because of the one take aspect of the movie. It was difficult to to sort of to figure out how we're going to get everything in there naturally. So yeah, so it was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, just to create a high anxiety film like this is pretty tough. But to make the decision to do a one take production, filming cinematography, how did you come across to make that decision, saying, we're gonna make a high anxiety, one take is the best to go.
Well, we talked about a lot about the sort of style, and there was one point where I was like, I really want this to be quite erratic and quick, fast paced, and relentless, really. And we did the short in one take, and I was like, well, if we can recreate the short and do it another 4 times, so do 90 minutes non-stop. I know it's been done before. We just have to find the right equipment to be able to do it, the right camera. And so that was when we decided to do it. And but the main reason really is because, going back to what you just said a minute ago, is, when you're in that world, when you're in a service, it's usually what, 4 hours long, whatever it may be. It's one take. There's no going back. There's no stopping and just pausing for a minute. You're just constantly on this sort of forward trajectory, and you've got to serve the next customer, or if that plate comes back, then it ruins everything else, and it puts a hole, you sort of. So it's I wanted to create that feeling for the audience that they were literally in a service, and I think that was the only way I could think about creating that tension, and so that the audience sort of couldn't really blink, or or sort of take a breath.
Well, it is all about movie magic. I know 1917 was applauded for its one take, but I spoke to the editor, and the movie secret is that it's not really one take. It's
Yeah,
really clever editing. Did you pull the same stunt too for your film?
absolutely not. No, 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 no. No, we said, when we set out to do this, it was a case of, we don't want anybody to if we're going to do it in one take, we're going to do it in one take. There's no point in doing it, in various different takes, in different cuts. So it was a challenge. We knew it could be done, and after the rehearsals, it was we certainly we got to the end of it, and we were like, okay, we watched it back that night, and we'd shot it on an iPhone to begin with, and then we did we upgraded to a DSLR camera, and then we did it with the proper equipment that we'd sort of designed and built. So yeah, it was. I didn't want to go into it and be like, look how clever we are. We've managed to stitch all these long takes together. I wanted to just go, no, we're just not going to stop. This is a one take movie. So I knew it had been done before, so I knew we could definitely do it.
Wow, those rehearsals must have been many, just to get this perfect. I mean, what happens if there's a mistake? You start all over?
No, yeah, well, I mean, it depends on the mistake, right? I said to the actors, look, we rehearsed it. The way that I did it was, we rehearsed it in sort of beats. So we do beat one, which was let's say 5 minutes, and then we go back to the beginning and do beat one and beat two. Then we go back to the beginning, 1, 2, 3, and we built it up that way. That's how we rehearsed it. And then when it came to shooting it, we'd originally given ourselves 8 goes. So we were going to shoot it 8 times over 4 nights, and pick the take that we liked. So I knew we had a lot of goes at it, really. But in actual fact, this was in March 2020, and COVID shut us down after two nights. So we only had 4 takes to choose from. But the rehearsals were extremely extensive, and I just said to the actors, look, if something happens, right, that is not in the script, and you can still go with it and work with it. It doesn't matter, because the audience don't know what's coming next. They don't know. So if it's something amazing and it really works for the story, then go with it. But if it's, let's say someone falls over and breaks their leg, then we stop. Or do we stop because it's really great drama, right? So I just, maybe just call a real ambulance and shoot it all and have it all, it's a great story to tell. But I just said to the actors, just don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop unless it's absolutely an emergency and it's necessary. The camera smashes into a wall or something like that. If the camera gets knocked by an actor, then we have to stop, because then the illusion is broken, and we know that that it's a camera now. So yeah.
Well, then let me address this one last thing, because
Mm-hmm.
this film is amazing, not only just because it's a one take, the rehearsals, you're getting that cast right, but we have to be reminded that this is a restaurant and the spaces are tight. How did you manage to pull this off without creating your own disaster of a one take disaster on a production set?
Oh man. Well, we obviously had to strategically place all of the tables in a position where they looked like it was busier than what it was, but in actual fact, there's quite a bit of space between the tables. And then going in and out of the behind the bar into the kitchen area, that was tight because we couldn't move that. That was solid. So it was a case of all the actors sort of shuffling out the way and then shuffling back again and pretending. So again, it was like part of the dance, right? It was part of the choreographed dance that we created. And the one because my DOP Matt Lewis, who was also the camera operator, he's like 6'4", so and then he had this rig on where he's holding the camera, which had this like an arm above his head to hold the sort of camera in place. He that put an extra foot, so every time he goes into a door, he had to duck down, and every time he did it, I was like, this next time he's gonna knock it. I know he is, but he never did. He never did.
That is wonderful choreography by you, Philip. Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gig.
To us about the movie magic, and hopefully, I look forward you doing this again, maybe. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows? I've got a few more gray hairs after the first one, so who knows?
Appreciate it. Next time. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Gig. Take care.
You too.
Bye. Bye.